when I came back from San Jose, California, the memorial service, I went back to work at Fort Lewis, Washington, and my platoon and company were still in Afghanistan. And I was there working for about 2 weeks. When they got back, I helped pack up all their stuff, put it in the platoon AO, and everything was kind of no big deal. I did PT with everybody, the physical training. I actually did physical training with 2 of the guys that were on the vehicle. I know everybody pretty well, but I did physical training with everybody, and then at around 10 o'clock, I ended up speaking. I got pulled in by my chain of command, and they told me that Pat potentially died of fratricide, and it was very generic. They saw a 50 cal round in a rock, and they didn't explain it very well. So I was upset, but it didn't make any sense based on what I knew of it, the story that I was told, and eventually the next day I spoke with Colonel Bailey. I think it's Lieutenant Colonel Bailey at the time. He was our battalion commander, and he went over it in detail. And that's when it was a Tuesday. It was like a month and 3 days after the fact I found out, and he went through the whole thing, and it was without a doubt. I mean, they knew immediately that it was friendly fire. So I told Marie, Pat's wife, that evening when she got back from work, she'd heard a lot of bad news over the phone. So I decided to wait until she got back. I ended up holding off. I wanted to go on Friday to tell my parents because they also get too much bad news. And I ended up telling my mom, my dad, and younger brother that he in fact died of fratricide. So it was about 5 weeks. That's kind of the gist of the narrative there. Well, we got, they gave us the report, and it was, you kind of have to dig through it. They didn't tell us that they knew. They played it off like, it was potential, it was possible, and you start reading the report. And we got pretty good information from Lieutenant Colonel Bailey. Actually did do what seems like a pretty honorable job when he came to the house, and he briefed us off of the first investigating officer's report. He actually used the first investigating officer's report, which happened to get lost in the process. They don't know where it is anymore, apparently. But they used his report, so there was a lot of accuracies. When we went back to get the full briefing from the family, it was really watered down. I mean, it was they started kind of pushing things around, and they made it really nebulous when people found out, and it was it was for the. They didn't want to give us a half-baked. I think even General McChrystal, they didn't want to give us a half-baked answer, so it looked like. I don't know how to answer that question accurately. It was just all over the charts. You get a little nugget here, and then you get a bunch of, well, we didn't know, I didn't know, this person didn't know. But when you go through the documents, the chain of command, General Kensinger, which is a 3-star, knew in 2 days. So you don't expect it. It's like I work with these guys. It was understandable. Okay, it was a friendly fire. That stuff happens. We're very aware of friendly fires. We're not naive to the fact that stuff happens. The problem was, based on the facts, it wasn't just a friendly fire. It was an engagement with that entire hillside was scared for their life. The squad leader actually got on glass and was going to shoot at the vehicle. And this is a squad leader that didn't shoot around the entire time and would just coordinate everything. It was a scary situation, and they kind of kept that from everybody.